Belal Muhammad defends Islam Makhachev's unanimous win against Volkanovski. He believes the David versus Goliath narrative is why many feel Islam lost.
Yair went out there and did what I basically thought he was going to do. Use his kicks really well. That body kick, it hurts. And when I'm looking at Volk, I think he had a lot of trouble with Islam because Islam was southpaw. So he didn't know how to cut him off. He wasn't good with distance, managing it. And I think the southpaw hurt him a little bit. When Yair goes southpaw, Yair throws that kick to the body and it hurts you bad. Joe Rogan even said Volk won. First of all, Joe Rogan, when he's on the show with his boys and they're drinking the whole time. If you ever saw that show, when they're doing your companionship, they're all drunk and they're barely watching the fights. So if Joe Rogan goes back and rewatches it, I think he'll know who really won the fight. It was the same way when Peter Yan and Sean O'Malley fought. Joe Rogan thought Sean O'Malley definitely lost. He went back and admitted that, I wasn't really paying attention to it. Now after rewatching it, I give it to Sean O'Malley. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see Yair against Volk. Like I said, Volk had trouble with the southpaw. Islam was landing that left hand a lot, and he was hurting him a lot with it. Even that high kick, he was landing him with it. And Islam Yair's high kick, body kick, they're dangerous, especially from southpaw. So I think that'd be a really good fight. Yair showed how good he is and how he's evolving, even on the ground. Joe Rogan sucker. I don't know what that even means. Where does Islam go from here? I think a fight like this is huge for him. I think you grow from tougher fights for a guy like him who's just been dominating everybody his last 10 fights. To have a tough fight like that with a guy who everybody thought was pound for pound, he had to dig deep for that one. And he had to adjust. Usually he's going in there, he's dominating everybody with grappling, taking everybody down, out-muscling them, and finishing them on the ground. He had to show a lot of stand-up this fight. He had to show a lot of toughness this fight. He had to make adjustments when he would get the takedown. And also, I think people are not realizing that he had to go back-to-back camps really quick. He left Abu Dhabi and then basically went into camp for this one. And he cuts a lot of weight. And when you're doing two big weight cuts back-to-back like that, it's hard. And it wears on your body. So it ain't no excuses. I'm just saying, for guys to do back-to-back weight cuts like that, big weight cuts, it's tough. I think even in a rematch, I think for both guys, it'll be a different fight. I think Volkanovski underestimated Islam's stand-up, but I think Islam underestimated how good other guys' grappling is, especially Volkanovski. He's shorter. He was doing very good at not giving up the chokes. He'll pop right back up. I was definitely surprised, but it tells me how good Volk really is. The guy understands MMA, and he understands adjustments, and he understands how to use his hips and legs. Obviously, he hurt him in that last minute, and then your eye could get swollen from anything. GSP's eyes was swollen after every single one of his fights. So GSP lost because his eyes were swollen, because his face was bruised. Different guys bruise differently. Bro, how are you going to give him the second round? Islam had guaranteed had the first 2 rounds. The third round was close. But the 1, 2, and 4 were for sure Islam. Do you know what dominant position is? Having someone's back is dominant position. Just because Volk was smiling at the cameras and being like, oh, I'm cool. Like, no, you should have worked on getting out of that position instead of smiling, giving the thumbs up, and punching backwards. And a lot of people are saying, man, if Volk was the same size as him, Volk would have killed him, yada, 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 pound for pound. No, I think Volk had an advantage because he was smaller, he was shorter. So it was harder for Islam to shoot on him.